Hey, the other day I put out a call on my Ask Me Anything page looking for questions that I could answer in a form like this. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, then you've probably found this through a random pull of your algorithm, in which case it would mean a lot if you checked out and or followed my Instagram and YouTube pages because, as we all know, number grow up, make brain go broke, keep the sad thoughts at bay. But in the meantime, I have some questions that I can answer now. Starting off with the basic information, my name is David Bergman. I'm a guitarist, bassist, and producer from Queensland, born in Victoria but based in Queensland. And I am currently working on my debut release, a full length record called Skies, Vice, and Order, which I can best describe as a messy, angry political concept album. Additionally, I'm 19 years old, turning 20 in December, and I am also interested in the world of constructed languages and competitive Scrabble. So essentially, if I were a side character in a 1980s high school themed movie, I would spend most of my scenes inside of a locker. All right, on to the main questions. First off, why do you prog? There's a few ways I could really answer this because I know prog in basically any context can mean either progressive rock or progesterone, so I might as well answer both of those at the same time. I do not progesterone, despite the best efforts of some of my friends. I am still cisgender and I'm not on HRT. That might change in the future, but I wouldn't bet on it. As for why I progressive rock, I was introduced at a fairly young age, I think around 8 or 9, to Jethro Tull by my parents, and it's all sort of just spiraled from there. I don't know exactly what it is about progressive rock that draws me in. It could be, the weird rhythmic stuff. It could be the classical influence. It could be like the experimentation and the fact that it's just not really afraid to be out there most of the time. But I don't exactly know, I don't have a concrete answer for that, and I don't really care what it is because I know that I like it, and that's basically all that I need to know. I might find the exact answer one day, and if I do, I'll be sure to notify the person who asked this. So, next up is, what are your opinions on the growing world of professionally produced VTuber music? I don't exactly have one. I know that you're referring to stuff like 1-800, that collaboration with Baby No Money and Iron Mouse, or basically anything by Daryl Vanessa Barnes, both of which I am a fan of. But I don't see why it should be fundamentally different from most other music. Like, if you're asking me about, VTuber music, I basically see it as the way you're asking about, Hatsune Miku or Gorillaz, and my opinion on them is basically the exact same as most other artists. Like, I don't see why having, a virtual avatar changes the music for anyone. So basically, I don't have an opinion outside of, it's music. Who really cares, So do what you want. I'm not the boss of you, and even if I was, you shouldn't listen to me. Now, third up is, have you considered doing a cover of a Falling in Reverse song? Not really. I do plan on doing covers, don't get me wrong, but Falling in Reverse isn't really on my list for that. For a couple of reasons, actually. First off, I think the most important is I don't currently, at least, possess the equipment to do a Falling in Reverse song. I know that they often work with extended range guitars like 7 or 8 string, I can't remember which one, as well as like Digitech whammies or similar pitch shifters, and I don't have access to either of those at the moment. Second up, I'm just not really a fan of Falling in Reverse to begin with, and I can't exactly rationalize listening to a song that I'm not huge on over and over and over again to do the learning, the production, the recording, the videos for it, all of that. So, yeah. And I think another reason is because Ronald Radke has historically called me a f*** before, which isn't wrong, but I still don't really want to support an artist that uses homophobic slurs like that. So all in all, I don't exactly plan to do Falling in Reverse in specific anytime soon. But that goes for a lot of bands with front people who are, let's just say, shitty. All right, last question that I got was, are there more tutorials planned for the channel? Not directly, but I Might as well be, yeah, because I'm assuming that this is in response to my breakdown of what I did for the production and arrangement of my cover of Call a Cab by Sam Stone, in which, I broke down the what and why of the choices I made for that. And I do plan on doing videos like that in the future, like with my songs or covers of songs that I do and produce. So in addition to that, I will also be doing like playthroughs with tablature and notation of my songs. So in a sense, yes, you could say I do have tutorials, but nothing that is like strictly, okay, this is how you do this. Like it's more going to be like, all right, this is, how I wrote the weird rhythms in the verse for Immaculate Conception, or this is how I got, the vocals in this section to sound so airy and, those sorts of things. But so yeah, in short, I guess yes, but not in the way that immediately comes to mind when you hear the word tutorial. That's about all the questions that I got for this. So if you've made it this far, thank you for watching. If you found this through a random algorithm pull on your Instagram Reels or something, again, thank you for watching, and please check out my main profile because I will be updating quite a lot in the future. But until then, I will, see you. I'll be doing progress updates on Sky's Vices in Order, working out some covers, either solo or with other people, hopefully with other people, because I know quite a lot of very cool, very talented musicians that I would love to work with. And I'll be seeing you soon.